Good morning, everyone. Very first video tutorial explaining what is it BatchForce, Photoshop plugin. So what it does, BatchForce, and what is it? Why I built this plugin? Essentially, trying to avoid repetition. Um, BatchForce eventually is able to scan a folder and subfolder too, and finding all images inside, and automatically um, will import all the layer into a new Photoshop file, removing the background. In this case, I'm using the manual layer export. It's the advanced one, let's say, but it's the one that let you edit manually every single image and have more control. The bulk fast is is the automatic one if you have a lot of images and you already saved your config setup. So it's for I'll show it later. Um, One last note about plugin, but more than the plugin itself is about Photoshop and how image process the images. By default, you have a remove the background function, native function or Photoshop function, but is set to device by default. Quite fast, but is not so reliable in the final result. So if you're going to update your image processing setup in this way, it will be a little bit slower, yes, but in my opinion, way more good result, reliable result when we talk about background removal. It's up to you. Anyway, plugin is going to work in any case. And let's proceed with the most interesting part. What is this doing, this plugin? So let's say that we wanna treat and we are selling, I don't know, anything. We are selling anything, and we need a canvas of 1000 pixel. If I don't know, if you want to leave the name, great. Otherwise, that's not important. And in our canvas, in our new canvas, we need 5% padding every time. Um, so automatically, all our images are sitting inside this 5% padding, 50 pixel in case. Um, and what is it? This yellow layer. As you can see, this yellow layer is our guide. Every every file, every layer inside here are going to follow the ref layer canvas. That I suggest to not change the name, otherwise the plugin may not work, as they look one to each other constantly. So you can change it in this way. You can over exaggerating it, and it's going to work. You will need to come back to classic option. You have it. You covered. Other few option, alignment option, as you can see, this one, and this last positioning mode I call high layer. As in this case, we have models. Sometimes you don't want the classic body action, the classic body alignment, but you wanna align your models by eye. So what it's doing essentially, and if you wanna, I don't know, you wanna here in this case for some reason, what is doing is modifying and aligning all our models by eye instead of by overall dimension. You want a background, you get it, gradient background, or even a texture background. That's totally fine. Can be added. In this case, well, actually, let's leave it. And we wanna new background, a new canvas, let's say, 500 for instance. Let's go smaller, 500 by 700. I don't know. You have this need. and you need everything inside there. Absolutely the same process and workflow is going to be repeated. I guess more or less we covered every single function that the plugin is offering, except for the export. Let's say that we want to export our images here. The function we have, we can export all canvas, just the active one, all layer, ignore the visible one, or just export the visible only, adding prefix, suffix, maintaining a lowercase, uppercase, title case. It's up to you. I try just to add a little bit more option when we have to export file. Logic. We have folder here. We have groups here. If we want to export group as folder, so this folder is going to be created following the group models we can see in the canvas, in the outliner here, in the layer outliner. In case you have, I don't know, a single layer, curves, effects, voila. You can create it, and this is going, as you can see, we have another underscore as at the very beginning. We have a foreground layer, so these effects is going to be applied on every single image, as we will see later. And let's say that we love it and we are ready to export, because that's absolutely fantastic. Let's go. We execute the run, and once it's done, let's go to the export folder and we can find our images. Very dark, as we asked for the foreground, and very, yeah, with the background and everything seems working properly. Now, let's say that we like what we have. Let's delete also these two. That's the folder that we just created. And let's say that we wanna save the config we have, because the config are good, and we save it here in this file. Essentially, what is going to happen? Now we have a foreground layer, a background layer, and a JSON file. The BatchForge now has saved all foreground and background that we have in our main file. If we will have more, it will save more. And a JSON file that essentially contains all the information that, for BatchForce to re-implement everything we have with different images. Let's say that we want to now start with something different. Okay, let's say select, and we want to something, I don't know, objects. Okay, let's say that we want a object in this case, and we want to go bulk. At this point, the output folder is related, is found by the plugin. The JSON file is found. Everything is good. So let's run the bulk pipeline. Now every single image is open, treat, closed, and so on for both canvas. In order to maintain a good memory states of your machine, otherwise, if for instance you will have, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 images, well, the memory will be not enough to definitely treat everything as needed. I guess more or less is this. I'll let the process finish. Meantime, I should be already, yep, I'm already able to show you one by one live all the image. As you can see, we have pizza, and this is the background that we choose. As you can see, yeah, well, we have to let this finish, but that was the background that we chose. And for canvas tree, we didn't have any background, but if you recall, we had a very strong curves effect filter that is, darkening everything. And yeah, that's more or less it. I wish you a fantastic day, and please, any feedback are more than welcome. Thank you so much.